Live from the R&R studios in the good old friendly city, it's the Boys from the Wheel podcast.
Really got to play this close to home. it's hard to get that in Columbus. Even with the Blue Jacket guys, I don't know, like between them and the Columbus Crew, who has the most fans, but I would think you'd have to be the guy on that team to get really recognized. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I tell you what, though, because I think I talked to you a little bit here. You know, my daughter was born Nationwide Children's Hospital, obviously did a lot for us. So I'm going to be coming back up and doing the marathon there in Columbus. So I'm probably going to be hitting you up and be like, all right, where is the best place? I need a big old plate of pasta.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get ready to go.
I can show you a lot of spots. I can
let's
show you
go.
all the spots in Columbus. Like, I'm born and raised in Columbus, so I can tell you all the spots in Columbus.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, whatever cuisine you want, I got you.
All right. Yeah. I'll definitely be hitting you up here in October.
For
so
sure. Just let me know.
All right, we're good now. We're good.
Are you sure?
Yes, positive. We have sound now. Jesus, what a freaking mess. That's what I get for trying to switch things last minute.
That's what happens
So-
when you don't have a show since March.
Yeah, well, that too. But, and then the computer decides it wants to update right before. So then we had to go to a backup plan and switch over. But
I can't blame Sean this time.
no, shout out Coach Rez for throwing in there and saying there wasn't any sound. We fixed it. So we're good now.
Man. Thank you.
Coach Rez to the rescue.
Man, one of his many hats.
Yes, yeah.
Like 12 of them.
Yeah, well, I talk about cutting checks to people. I'm probably going to have to cut one to Coach Rez that way.
For sure. You said it.
I know, I did.
You
I
said
did.
it.
I
He's
did.
gonna hold you to it. Like,
I-
hey, man.
I know.
Oh, you're going to hear about it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, he going to be like, I'm taking your game check. Oh, shit.
Man, tomorrow's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. So, number one team in the league tomorrow coming into Wheeling, which is going to be insane. But if you look at it and you've been following, they could very easily be 0-5 right now. Like, I feel like they've been in a lot of games and they won it in like the last couple minutes. I mean, that's been pretty much every game. Either they're driving down and scoring or they're stopping somebody. And I mean, they're 5 yards from losing last week.
I mean, you can't really blame them. They're still winning.
No, I didn't say they weren't, but I mean,
they're still winning. But I mean, last week that was on Shreveport.
Yeah.
I mean, dude never got touched. They lost their game themselves. So I mean, can't ever put them down. But I mean, they're beatable. Like Rez said, they are beatable.
yeah.
But you just got to catch them when. Yeah.
What are you seeing? What I mean, can we expect a game out of you? Because listen, that you had a hell of a game last week in Colorado. Like, I feel like, and then last time you were there, you had a big game too when you were with that other team that we don't speak of.
So this is what I'll say. Whether you win by 30 or 1,
Yeah.
a win is a win.
All right, Dominic
So,
Toretta.
I respect exactly. I respect what they've done though, because the testament of winning is no matter how you gotta win, you get it done.
Yeah.
So I don't discredit what they've done. They figured out a way to win. You know what I mean? 5-0 isn't any small feat. But I do believe that we could easily be there. If we fix a few mistakes that were made,
Mhm.
a couple of balls bounce our way, we'd easily be 4-1 to 5-0. You know, we've made some mistakes, but it's really not even about the beginning of it. It's how you finish, and we're set up to finish the way that we want to. So
Yeah.
you know, like honestly, from here on out, it's one game at a time. You know what I mean? Like when we played Shreveport, I think we were the better team, but we had to play minus our quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's no discredit to the guys that we have, but that's a huge piece to lose.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think tomorrow we're really going to be shown what we're made of. You know what I mean? But we got the team. Like, our team is nice. Like, we don't have any poor spots, any deficiencies. Like, we're solid. You know what I mean? And I think our team is ready.
That's it. I mean, and we keep adding pieces, and we're going to see another one this weekend in James Summers, who is just a playmaker. And, you got a chance to throw with him, an hour and a half ago, give or take. Putting it on you, putting it on the body.
Oh, yeah. And me and James speak the same language when it comes to football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a cerebral game. You know what I mean? Which is why that's how you last. That's how you play longer. That's how you play an extensive careers. Your intellect. You know, Can you read offense? I mean, can you read defenses? Do you know the offense from left to right? Do you know everything that you're supposed to do? Do you know your adjustments that you're supposed to make? And when you're on that same page with another guy that's a veteran player, not only can you help yourself, but you can help the rest of the guys see through your eyes. You know what I mean? I think we can both do that. James offers another dimension to our offense and with his running ability as well. Because, I mean, we're talking about a guy who played in the NFL as a running back.
Mhm.
That's not, they don't just do that every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? And ultimately his toughness as a football player won't allow him to fall short. So that's the one thing over everything else that I count on with James is his versatility, but also his determination to not lose. You know what I mean? Like I feel like our offense is in good hands with him being at the helm for sure.
Yeah, and that's one thing that he's very, very good at on the run. Like, and when he's thrown on the run, like he can either tuck it and go. That's one thing we're gonna need with Beaumont. I mean, JD Griggs, good Lord, what a defensive tackle he is. I mean, and you've seen him, you've played against him before when he was in Mass and places like that. And Chris, obviously, you've seen him in Akron, different places like that. So, was Summers down there when you were in Carolina?
Nah,
Okay.
I missed him by a year.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because he went and then came back and then went and came back. So.
Yeah, I missed him by a year.
Muth, any questions, concerns, comments? I feel like we missed the good conversation. Y'all were over there chopping it up in the corner before we got on.
That's true.
And I mean, you guys went from what? Fortnite, Mortal Kombat, Power Rangers.
Marvel, DC.
Yeah,
and
you
then-
guys are speaking the same language.
and then all
Like,
of a sudden you're like, "Hey, y'all ready?"
yeah.
And then AC's over there. I think he thought he was filming from over there.
Hey, I mean, it is what I got multiple places up here. That's one thing. Yeah, right.
What?
None. You're good. You're good. So, you gonna ask a question, or can I continue with mine?
You can continue with yours.
Okay, you sure?
Jeff, shut up.
So what do you think of the studio? We started out in a room. I swear to you, that was
You got to pick somewhere
brooms.
from the other video. From one of the
Oh
original
man,
videos.
yeah, I
It
gotta
might have
find it.
been from here where the screen is.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
all it
and
was.
all three of us were in it the whole time. Like, it was, oh man.
Actually might have been smaller than that.
Yeah, and then we move up here. We've been up here for 2 years, and I keep adding stuff. I got spots for you. I got room for you.
If you want my opinion of the studio, I like almost everything.
Hey.
I don't like a Rough Rider jersey behind me,
Well,
and I don't like anything involving the Browns.
I knew that was coming.
It's a stain in the building. Like,
Ouch.
like,
Ouch.
what else do you think of when you hear Brown?
Let's picture during the
UPS
fifth round
and stuff
because
that
we
goes in
had to.
toilets, right?
Overpaid-
Both of them suck.
Overpaid
UPS,
quarterbacks.
Yeah, but
Let's
yeah.
draft 2 quarterbacks and draft Shadur because we had to.
Listen, all right, land of lost receivers.
Actually, he clarified this earlier. That's actually Baltimore,
Oh, true.
not
That is
Tennessee.
a fact.
True that.
That is a fact.
I mean,
True that.
we drafted Cam Ward.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Ugh.
Hey,
I ain't
I'm-
doing too
hey,
bad.
how's JTU doing?
I don't want to talk about him. Old ukulele.
So I have a question.
Oh shit.
I have a-
Here
I
it
have a
comes.
question. When did you become a Browns fan?
Me at birth.
So shouldn't you be a Ravens fan?
No, because I'm loyal and I stayed.
That's not your team.
It is my team.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's definitely not.
My team's not in Baltimore. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Hey, I mean, I'm a Titans fan, and I was an Oilers fan before that. So
You were alive when the Oilers were around?
Yeah.
I'm 89. I'm 36. What you mean?
Oh,
So-
So if you're a Chargers fan,
Okay.
do you remain a Chargers fan now that they're no longer in San Diego?
But that's the thing. They weren't the Browns. They went and became the Ravens. So they were a totally
But it's
different.
Still your team.
So you're gonna tell me that the
I'm trying to help you out because they
Listen.
got 2 championships.
Yeah, I know it. Trust me, and it irks
Y'all
me
have
to
a
the soul.
championship.
We got 10 of them.
I know, but who cares? Like,
once again, were you alive during this?
No, but
Okay.
shut up.
vote then?
Huh?
Could women vote
Yeah, probably,
Jesus Christ.
probably not.
Oh. That was before they started putting the face masks on the helmet,
Yeah,
right?
but
They used to ride horseback to the game.
so here's the thing. So when Art Modell died, they did every team in the league did a moment of silence except for Cleveland because they knew it wasn't going to be a moment of silence. How in the hell are you 4-0 in a season and go, you know what? We're moving to Baltimore. What?
Have you been to Cleveland? I just want to know how
Damn. You brought the big shovel today.
have you been to Cleveland? I would have left too. Like, y'all said we can come. 'Cause who else was in Baltimore? The Colts, right?
Yeah. So yeah, so am I a Colts fan? Like I don't understand. It's a different.
I'm saying. So what do the Baltimore Colts fans think about the Baltimore Ravens?
That's I don't know. That's hard
Don't
to
you
say.
think they're still Colts fans?
They probably went from Baltimore to Indiana.
They probably went to
So
Indianapolis
went-
because they're still.
So you
they're
should
still
have went
Colts,
from
though.
Cleveland to Baltimore.
Because y'all came back in what? 2099?
99. Yeah.
So from 99 forward, those are the real Browns fans.
No, because they didn't go anywhere.
Huh?
They didn't go anywhere. Most of them.
You said since birth. Since birth,
92.
your team win.
Yeah, but I stayed. So no, listen.
Everything involving y'all is depressing. I don't know.
Hey, listen, loyalty, homie. Loyalty.
Do you know how many therapists have jobs because of Browns fans? Like, no, sir.
Oh,
Have you ever noticed everything is always on sale for the Browns? Dick's Sporting Goods. Y'all stuff has an extra % off at Dunham's.
We want to talk about this. We want to talk about Joe Burrow's record with the Browns.
He's still Joe Burrow.
He's still only won one game against the Browns.
Do you know how bad that betting is? It took y'all 90 quarterbacks. Y'all still ain't got it right. At least
Listen.
it took us one.
True.
I'm glad
Listen,
I ain't
it's-
in this fight.
It still irks me the fact that until Mayfield came around, which I don't think we should have fucking let him go either, but until he came around,
You should have let him go.
huh?
Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, that's what I said. You shouldn't have let him go. That's what I'm
Why?
saying. What do you mean why?
What?
What? Anyway,
Can you name a more talented roster than he had? He still sucked.
Yeah, because didn't he have Jarvis and
Yeah, true.
and
And
But
they
anyway,
had- they had 3 starting tight ends.
what I'm saying is,
Y'all had two all-pro running backs.
yeah. Oh yeah, and Chubb will probably end up in Cincinnati, so you can buy his jersey too.
Who?
Nick Chubb,
We don't want him.
they ain't re-signing him.
I love Chubb.
I do.
really
Oh man.
not want him.
But my thing is,
Workman's comp.
Hold on.
You-
So if Baltimore is the wide receiver graveyard, who's the running back graveyard?
Ooh,
KC?
Baltimore.
KC?
Baltimore.
What do you mean? Nobody ain't getting playing time over Henry in Baltimore.
I said Baltimore is the NFL retirement home.
I meant like for running backs though.
Oh, for running backs?
For running backs.
Like Tennessee is for receivers. Is that what you're saying? Like that?
That's a good.
Probably Arizona. Probably the Cardinals.
I could see that.
Or the Jets.
The Jets too.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah.
But what I was
It's
saying,
hard- It's hard though.
man, what I was saying though, real quick, let me get this in because we were talking about it. It irked me so bad. My brother-in-law is a big Steelers fan, and he let me know this every single day. Until Mayfield came, Ben Roethlisberger was the winningest quarterback in Cleveland Brown Stadium, and he only played there once a year.
He's not wrong,
God.
though.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen.
So I've been
I
in
just
pain,
don't
man.
understand who decided that brown and orange look good together. Like, who came up with that? It's horrible. You can't feel. I know you're a fan, but there's no way you feel great when you put that jersey on. It doesn't even look nice.
I do.
The best thing y'all did was put the white face mask back on y'all's helmet. I was so happy.
Yeah, I didn't like any. I didn't like the gray. I didn't like it. It wasn't good.
Man, y'all be ruining careers. I just thought about it. Y'all had Lee Suggs, ruined him.
Listen, I loved Lee Suggs. Like that was my dude.
Josh
Like-
Gordon ruined him.
Josh Gordon ruined himself.
No, he didn't.
No, he kept getting knocked out because nobody blocked for him on punt returns.
Listen. If Josh Gordon played a few years later, it'd been fine.
He just needed to stay off the weed. That's all. But it don't matter now.
I'm saying now.
Yeah, it don't matter now.
A couple years
Yeah,
later,
yeah,
it'd be fine.
Yeah, he'd have been good.
Still probably one of the top 5.
Hey, you want to talk about wide receiver graveyard? He technically was on Tennessee's roster too at one point.
True that.
Fact. That's a fact.
Oh my god.
I like that transition from the Browns though because it was getting bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I felt attacked, and I didn't like that. Like, what the hell?
Jeff, it happens every single time.
The Browns can make a good old fashioned.
Hey.
It's the one upside of what's going on. But man.
Just remember, you asked the question about the studio.
I did, and I didn't expect that. Like, I knew he was
admire
going.
the loyalty though, because you wake up every year like we know we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like training camp is.
I mean, training camp preseason before that, then it's just like, well.
And then with Pittsburgh's quarterback situation, when does Myles Garrett rip Mason Rudolph's helmet off and hit him in the face with it again?
Yo, that's horrible.
Like, what?
That is horrible. I can't believe what they got, man. So you're not. How do you feel about your quarterback situation?
What quarter? I mean, we got 5. Fuck, I got it right somewhere, right?
I mean, I'm an Oregon guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I should have got Gabriel.
I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand, like, signing Flacco. Like,
I was actually happy y'all did that.
That's a year late.
Yeah.
They should have signed him last year.
You traded for Pickett too.
Traded for Pickett,
But
and
he
then
couldn't sign him last year,
Right.
Because Deshaun has that no competition clause,
Right.
So he wouldn't have got to play anyway.
oh, he's probably getting a massage somewhere, anyways. But
That's him.
Same place as Justin Tucker.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they got 2
I
firsts.
forgot that just happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got 2 firsts.
Too soon?
No, definitely not.
I wonder like what it was like in the locker room if you got traded from the Ravens to the Browns. That's depressing.
Refuse to report.
I gotta go to them.
Refuse to report.
Man.
Well, AJ, do you remember? I think it was AJ McCarron.
That's
He-
what happened?
He was your all's backup, and
Yeah.
they told him it was the year that Hugh was there in Cleveland,
Mhm.
and they didn't get the paperwork in time before the trade deadline. And they asked him about it, and he goes, "Oh man, that sucks." And then this guy sat there,
Man, that's terrible.
and then he went up, torn it up in the UFL. Like it.
That's like if the quarterback from the team and what is it, longest yard, getting traded to the meme machine.
Yeah.
Like you got to play with the convicts now. Like, yeah, that's bad.
Damn, like I didn't know. That's way out of left field, man.
But the
Shit.
problem is y'all have always had talented rosters.
Yeah, but can't do shit with it.
Get a new head coach.
We have
I was gonna say, how many have
Plenty.
they been through by now?
plenty.
Oh, you had Stefanski for how long now?
Yeah, but he's been coach of the year 2 times, and he's doing well. He's doing fine.
Okay, I get that, but we had Vrabel, who was a great coach. You know what they said? Fuck it.
Yeah, true. What the
Bring
problem?
Callahan.
You know what the problem
Y'all
is?
ain't gonna let AJ Brown go.
Hey, when that happened, I was heartbroken because then they traded to get Traylon Burks, who hasn't panned out. He's been so injury ridden, basically his whole career.
They didn't even pick up his option.
Nope. He's
But
sitting
the
at the bottom
NFL
of the
is
depth chart right now.
The NFL has changed though. Like certain guys should retire. Like Derrick Henry should have retired a Titan.
Yeah.
Never went anywhere else. But the NFL isn't like that anymore. It's like they try to save money.
That's why I said there's no loyalty. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
go.
Certain
somewhere.
guys should be career guys.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
And at that time too, wasn't the salary cap not as much as it is now though?
Yeah, it wasn't in a vet minimum was.
Plus,
was
I don't
not-
even think Derrick Henry's contract's even that astronomical.
Probably
I think
not.
it's like 5 to 7 mil or something like that. I think AJ wanted 4 years at 100.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And
he's
AJ
a
was
top
early.
5 receiver in the fucking league.
AJ was like third year, wasn't he?
Mhm.
Top 5 receiver in the league. Pay him the fucking money.
It has to suck too that they just won a Super Bowl.
Who?
The Eagles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that has to suck.
I'm glad he's on you now, not me.
You know what? I'm not on him. I'm just saying as a team.
I mean,
like,
I'm
that's-
just glad we got
that's-
Cam Ward because I'm getting sick and tired of seeing these Hellman's commercials with Will Levis doing splits and shit, putting mayonnaise in his coffee. I'm over it.
What was the other guy I got? Malik.
Willis, we traded him to Green Bay.
Why though? Like, where are they getting these ideas for these quarterbacks? I don't understand. For real.
There has not been a quarterback in Tennessee that has been very consistent since Steve McNair. Period.
Facts.
There has not been.
I agree with that.
Like they had such high ceilings on
think-
Vince Young and Jake Locker and stuff like that, and it just. I mean, Vince Young had a good couple years, but never.
Vince Young didn't have an offensive line. If he had an offensive line, he'd have been fine.
I mean, technically,
I
we
think
still
my
don't know.
guy's got a bad rap. Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they like sold on him too quick. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
team, like the team, the next year, because his last year was that AJ's first year.
yes.
You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
didn't have a before that. They didn't have a real.
Wait, no. AJ's first year was the year Tennessee went to the conference championship against KC.
That was Marcus's last year because he threw the ball off of Revis and caught it and scored. Right?
That was in the wild card game, though. It wasn't in the AFC championship.
So who they play in the AFC Championship?
The year they went to the AFC championship, they played KC, but when Mariota did that, was in a wild card game.
Okay, was he the quarterback in the AFC Championship?
No,
Who was the quarterback?
Tannehill.
Tannehill was.
Mhm.
And they tried to pay him all that money, and then he just,
Who, Tannehill?
yeah.
Well,
I think they just moved on from Marcus too quick.
Yeah.
I mean, the first game of the year was him and Winston. Number 1 and number 2. And
Yeah.
Mariota throws 4 touchdowns
Yep.
in the first half. It was the first half.
Winston did win that game, though.
But I don't think his receiver talent was all that great that year.
No.
They had Delaney. Delaney was probably
Delaney
his
Walker.
real go-to.
Yeah.
Delaney's a stud, but I think he was like the leading receiver in the team.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I mean, other than that, all they ran the ball.
Was that DeMarco Murray year?
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yeah, because Derrick Henry was backup. It was his backup that year. That was Henry's rookie season.
the 1-2 punch you would have just in the zone game alone with Mariota and Henry, but they moved past it too quick.
Yeah.
I think they tried to get with the whole CJ2K Lendale White
Yeah.
whenever they were doing their smash and dash thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're never going to mimic Chris Johnson's speed coming out of the backfield, hardly
Right.
ever. And then Lendale White, he just dropped his head and just bowled forward.
Chris Johnson's the most disrespected running back of the generation.
I have his AFC Pro Bowl jersey hanging in my closet.
Really,
Yes.
it's my guy. I love Chris Johnson.
Hmm.
Stud. There's nothing he can't do.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I seen him take a screen 85 yards. like,
With nobody on him
Yeah.
against Houston.
yeah. Just
I mean, a lot of people overshadow his output with that 2,000-yard season.
Yeah.
But he was a 1,200 yards a year guy for almost a decade.
Mm-hmm.
He
Even
won-
when
he was
went to
consistent.
Arizona.
That's the thing. I mean,
So even when he went to Arizona
we-
and the Jets.
listen, we could
he
run
was
down.
leading the league in rushing in Arizona. Then he got hurt.
Yeah.
Like
We could run down a whole spew of running backs that don't get their cut that should, and they were lengthy.
And I'm still sick and tired of the whole when Henry hit $2,000, when Saquon hit $2,000. I don't care if it's quarterback award. That should have been your MVP.
for sure.
Period.
Oh yeah. Like,
Period.
listen, you know how I feel about my
They
running backs.
always do
Like,
that.
Yep.
They
yeah,
always do
it's a
that.
quarterback
MVP
award.
is literally a quarterback award now.
They always do that. Because like Marshall Falk is my favorite running back ever.
there you go.
Marshall Falk's year, I think it's the year that Steve McNair and Kurt Warner split it, maybe.
Was that the co-MVPs?
The co-
Yeah, that was what,
Was it
99?
Gannon and Steve McNair or Kurt Warner and Steve McNair?
No, I think it was Gannon.
Gannon and McNair.
I think it was Gannon and McNair because McNair played Warner in the Super Bowl that year.
Okay.
99.
But I think Marshall was like back-to-back offensive player of the year.
Yeah.
He got MVP one of those years.
Yeah.
But it's like both years he went over like 2,400 yards.
I still don't know how in the hell the Patriots beat that Rams team.
I'll say because the last running back who won the MVP was AP, right?
Yeah. Before that was Sean Alexander.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, that it was weird that they lost to the Patriots, but it's like teams get too high.
yeah.
Because even the year Brady and them went, what was it, 15-1?
Yeah,
They
because
had
they lost to the
business.
Giants.
They had no business losing.
Yeah.
They're way better.
They had Randy Moss.
Yeah, they set the record that year.
Yeah.
They had no business losing, but still lost.
I mean,
Like you could have thought that dude was going to catch that ball off his helmet in the Super Bowl.
And the play before it was a dropped interception.
Yep. Because that was a 4th down, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Craziness.
That's how football works.
Listen, I've seen it happen this year to us many a times.
Bro, whenever you drop a pick or something like that, it always bites you the next play.
Yeah.
Every time. That or like a drop ball, anything like that, always bites you the next play.
Let's take a break real quick. I might need to walk off screen and fill you back up.
Sure.
Well, here's what we'll do. We'll go to break. Chris, when we come back in, go ahead and take over the show. I'm gonna go over and play bartender real quick.
I'm still surprised we got a commercial.
We got a commercial. You know who it is. As soon as I play, you'll know who it is.
Okay.
Big things.
Yeah, man. It's all about the things, man. You know that. Just helping out the community a little bit, doing some different things. So
Next show we're gonna have an ad.
we got ads. I got.
It's gonna be a paid ad.
Ooh.
I don't know what it's for yet though.
Okay.
so don't-
I see you got connections, man.
Starring AC.
I was gonna say, I'm about to run commercials with AC on them.
We do a weekly segment with AC like Pac-Man does for Pat.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll do it.
Put him down. He looked like we break into it. Looked like one of them old used car salesman commercials. He's just walking up.
Hey. That'll be hilarious.
That yeah, for sure. But all right, your show after we come back. Be right back after this.
What's going on, guys? Peyton over here at 2 Times Clothing and Collectibles here at 1057 Mark Street, Wheeling, West Virginia. Always wear it 2 times.
Oh shit, we're back.
And as Demuth so gracefully mentioned there, we are back. Welcome back, folks. This is the Boys from the Wheel podcast. We're sitting here chilling with AC. Big game coming up tomorrow, getting to know him a little bit better and talking some NFL. And AC, I got to admit, man, I don't think I've met anybody that has so much knowledge about the NFL. So I appreciate you dropping that on us.
Yeah.
And dropping that on Jeff about the Browns, you know?
Man, it's enough stuff dropping on the Browns. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got Browns jokes forever.
Now,
Sorry.
I mean, can I just say I'm really glad I don't have a dog in the fight when it comes to the NFL.
I mean, you got the Browns fan making AC a drink right now, so
Yeah.
I mean, we're the Bengals. They're like the little bros.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome for your team.
Hey,
Hey, like I always say though.
they're the little homies.
Yeah. Hey, the one thing though, like I said, my claim to fame is actually getting to call one of Joe Burrow's high school games. So now
Really
see it,
did?
yeah, just right up the road here, about 40 some minutes up the road. So
He's what, Athens?
Athens, yeah, they played against Steubenville.
So yeah, talk about that. I mean, shit, we're responsible for 3 franchises: our own, Baltimore, and Cincinnati. So shit. Can't get everything else right, but we build other franchises. I mean, shit, good
Hey,
times.
You got that drink right. Hey,
Hey.
yeah, you got the drink right.
Always an open bar here in the studio. Oh yeah, it's over there. So you dabbled into. We talked about it earlier about you and your ducks. So what's your thoughts on that? And why y'all in the Big Ten? Like that don't make no sense to me at all.
Well, college football doesn't really make sense at all.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
I guess I was happy that my Ducks came into the Big Ten and won it.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, I think we got completely hosed in the playoff because we didn't get rewarded for anything we did.
I think it should have been reseeded
Yes.
after the fact.
we should
Yes.
have had we should have had the path that Penn State had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're the Big Ten champion. We're undefeated. You know what I mean? But we got to take a team. Like, don't get it twisted. You still got to show up and play. You got to prepare.
Right.
But knowing how football works, you let a team like Ohio State, which is a professional team,
Yeah.
regardless what anybody says, you let them build up momentum and a win in the first game, and they get to play at home, and we're supposed to stop that train coming downhill. It's not happening.
All right.
I'm sorry, we kind of pissed them off though.
Yeah.
We kind of pissed them off.
Way to go.
Sorry.
Oh,
Michigan
I'm
fan.
a Michigan
oh
fan.
yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, hold on.
Definitely.
Hold on,
And then,
hold on, one second,
and then we got to deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, man, they gonna come for blood, especially because we beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I just felt like I think if we had to play them, we should have had to see them in the national championship.
I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Right,
I
like-
definitely agree with
I,
that.
I like I said, I liked it the way it ran, but it needed to be reseeded. I think everything should have been reseeded back the way. Like once you get into the tournament, okay, here's everybody's path, then reseed after that. Because I
But-
mean,
But you know,
because it made no
we know-
sense.
We know the world we live in. Money plays the part.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I mean, you had the ACC champion as the last seed. Like what?
But nobody like Bama, Texas, Ohio State. Nobody travels like them.
Right.
Mhm.
So they're going to be around.
Yeah.
Regardless, if they can figure out a way for them to be around, they're going to be around. But I had this argument with people all the time in Columbus. Like, even though I'm an Oregon fan, when you talk about competing with a team like Ohio State,
Yeah.
it's just different. You know what I mean? Like, one, they don't have an in-state rival that's of the same caliber of school.
Right.
Michigan has Michigan State in
Right.
the same conference. Iowa has Iowa State. Purdue has
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Northwestern has Illinois. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Indiana.
Yeah. Yeah.
So every other school has a rival. Like we have Oregon State.
Right.
You know what I mean? Cal has USC, UCLA, all those schools. Like every other school, like Ohio State is uniquely set in
Yeah.
what they do. Like you can't really name a superstar from Ohio that plays for Ohio State.
Right.
You just can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like they're playing with a whole different deck.
I never even like the way you're spotting that. I've never even thought about that. Like they're obviously in a league of their own,
Oh yeah.
and we're
The only
shit.
D1 school in Ohio
Yeah.
that's substantial is Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Nobody's passing over Ohio State to go there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can argue the greatest player from Ohio went to Michigan. Charles Woodson went to Michigan.
Yeah.
Desmond Howard went to Michigan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think I can't name the last superstar. And unless you go back to like Troy Smith, Ted Ginn, those kind of guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like the way we feel from like in the inner city of Columbus where I played, a lot of us don't like Ohio State because we have guys that were all state, that were player of the year that they don't even look at. You know what I mean? And we're like, why not?
No, because they're too busy down in Florida taking our recruits, assholes.
I mean, but somebody like Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer is from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
He said himself he prefers players from down south because they're more ready to play. Which obviously they play spring ball.
Yeah.
They don't have that.
Right.
So what are we
They don't play in the elements.
Mm-mm. Most of our guys are multi-sport athletes,
Right.
multi-sport stars. You know what I mean? So it's
I
no
mean-
competition with Ohio State. They're supposed to be what they are.
I mean, look at the kid that you and I got to watch the last 2 years that played for Marion Franklin. That's now at WVU, Galloway.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid is an absolute monster, and no look.
That was around your way, right, Marion Franklin?
That's our rival high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right there, right under the nose of Ryan Day, and not even considered. And I hope he goes to WVU, tears it up, and goes as a show. I mean,
Oh yeah.
the
for
kid
sure.
is unbelievable.
He's a monster.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
but,
But there's so many guys that, I mean, if you name dropped them in the city, everybody would know.
Yeah.
But like Sioux City's quarterback Verlon.
Yeah.
He's from Marion Franklin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We played against each other in high school. So that's a guy that went to Ohio State.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what was he supposed to do? He wasn't gonna be the quarterback.
Right.
You know, I think they had him playing
He switched to receiver.
receiver. That's
Yeah.
not his position.
He's a receiver and kick returner.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not his position.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? He's just an athlete.
Mhm.
So he ended up going to Finley and playing. But those type of guys like Malik Harrison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's the last guy from Columbus that went to Ohio State, played, and you know what I mean? But we have a ton of guys that are, you know, all state, set records and all kind of stuff that they don't even take a look at.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's not something you're gonna change.
Now, how was it competition wise up there? Because Jeff and I, we had the opportunity. We've seen Marion Franklin, we've seen Columbus East, but we've also seen teams like Columbus Bishop Reedy. We've seen Columbus Bishop Hartley.
Mhm.
I mean, what's the transition you kind of see there with like the private schools compared to the public schools?
Which I caused a timeout in a playoff game. We'll get to here in a second.
Like, are you
So
seeing more?
Bishop Hartley, they're a powerhouse.
Yeah.
They've been a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Reedy is up and down.
Mhm.
They wouldn't be a team I call a powerhouse. Before they closed, Columbus Brookhaven,
Oh yeah.
huge powerhouse.
Yeah.
Eastmore, Walnut Ridge were really big football schools. So was Columbus Beechcroft.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of the inner city, Pickerington Central,
Yeah.
Dublin Kaufman, Gahanna Lincoln, Westerville South. That's where like guys like Lance Moore,
Mm-hmm.
they went there. I think like those are the, but it goes from the divisions. Like they redid the divisions because of the schools, but it used to be Division 1, 2, and 3 were the highest three.
Yeah.
You know, then you would have like a couple powerhouse teams in 4 or 5, like I think Steubenville.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're what division?
They're 3.
They
three
used to
now.
be like 4.
Yeah.
Well, they've been up in 3 and 4.
Yeah.
They were up in 2 for early 90s,
Mhm.
and then they moved back down. But yeah, they're in the 3-4 range.
Yeah, so
They're in there every year.
that's really how it is
Mhm.
in Columbus. Like, you have like the powerhouses in the OCC, you have the powerhouses in the City League. The way that I explain it, the City League is more like the ACC,
Mhm.
and the OCC is more like the Big Ten. You know what I mean? Like in the trenches, they're huge,
Mhm.
but the athletes really come from the inner city. So
Gotcha.
you have the guys that played corner and receiver, played running back and corner. Like my senior year, our team went to the state championship. Our middle linebacker was the second linebacker in the entire state behind Storm Klein.
Oh yeah, Jeff remembers Storm.
Yeah, so we beat them in the playoffs,
Mhm.
but that's a whole nother story. But he had to start as our offensive tackle, but he's the number 2 linebacker in the whole state.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2009.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All right. Yeah. So I graduated 2011,
yeah, so
and we went up and played Licking Valley the year after they lost to Big Walnut.
Mhm.
And yeah,
So we like our road to the state. We had to beat Sheridan, Big Walnut, and Licking Valley. No, take it back. Sheridan and Licking Valley, and I forget who we played. I forget who the team we played in the first round, but the 2 big games were Sheridan and then Licking Valley, because Sheridan was like undefeated,
Mhm.
had just come.
Yeah.
I think they turned their whole thing around. They were like 1-9, turned around and was like 12-1 or something. It was something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And obviously Licking Valley has Storm Klein, going to Ohio State, so
Yeah.
no team had given him like a negative yard rush all season.
Yeah, that was a good time. So I'm a sophomore, right? And I go out on special teams, and I gotta go hit this sumbitch, and I'm like
Yeah.
110 pounds,
Yeah.
all 5'2" of me. I'm like,
Yeah, he was
nope.
he was a different animal.
yeah,
I'll tell you that.
oh yeah.
He was a different
Like
animal.
you could definitely tell why he went to high state. Like there's a whole yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was a different animal.
Well, and that's just what I try to tell people. I'm like, hey, look, we take a lot of pride in this valley. We do. But when you're going up against schools in Columbus, that's like, do you understand like how many kids are in each school? Like our largest school around here, maybe 2,000 kids, which
Yeah.
you go to Hilliard, you go to Dublin Kaufman, you go to some of those areas.
St. Parish Graham.
Yeah. All these schools have over 2,000 kids. And that's just what I said. The competition level in Columbus, it's just amazing seeing the teams that come out of those areas. And I think you hit it right on the nail too, where Jeff and I noticed that last year we had Marion Franklin come in. Well, even 2 years ago, Tito Glass, that running back that's now at Miami of Ohio, absolute beast. Nobody to block for him though. Galloway was the same way. They would just pitch him the ball and just be like, hey, I'm dropping the mic now,
Yeah.
But and he would just go nuts. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
I mean, you really
insane.
play off of your athleticism.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you make
Yeah.
things happen. It's just such a different game. You know, like we all like that's always the biggest argument. The OCC versus City, who would win, and who would this, who would that. And this was like, man, you don't know until you play each other. We just don't
Yeah.
get them a lot. You know what I mean? But it's often a speed game versus a power game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
The
it just
facilities
depends.
up there though is just different, man. Like we went to Bishop Hartley, right?
Mhm.
Like
That's state of the art.
man, like we
It's night and day. Like if you go from Bishop Hartley, so the weirdest thing where Hartley is
Mhm.
on Livingston, you go down, it's Eastmore.
Okay.
You go down that way, it's St. Charles. You go down that way, it's Bexley. And it's all in like a star, you know
Uh-huh.
what I mean, of the same radius, but none of us play each other. Only Hartley and St. Charles do because they're in the Columbus Catholic League.
Right.
But
Which is freaking ridiculous, by the way.
yeah. like-
Here's Bishop Watterson, by the way.
Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot.
Watterson is a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like these two microphones, that's the difference in like Independence and Walnut Ridge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's literally that close to each other. But I think at the time there were
Independence is wild, by the way.
Yeah.
That whole place. We went up. So we used to go up there for the East Coast Classic wrestling tournament.
Mhm.
And we walk into the gym and we're like, how in the hell are they supposed to get these 40 teams in here? It was a little last gym. They're like, no, it's our field house. Keep going straight. We're like, the hell? And it
Yeah.
was like, they fit 10 mats in there comfortably. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus. Like,
like some of the schools, man, like the Hilliard schools,
mhm.
The Olentangy schools,
Mhm.
all of them, Berlin, Olentangy Orange, Liberty. They're about to put another school out there. Like those schools, their facilities are just next level. Like Pickerington Central just built a brand new stadium
Mhm.
that's turf now,
Right.
Because their grass one used to flood.
Yeah.
But it's such a tradition there. I can't believe that they didn't just turf down there and
Yeah.
call it what it is.
That's crazy. It's a crazy to think like most schools, there's very few that still only have grass and they will not let them host a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like if they they'll host if they earned it, but if they go when they go to neutral fields, if they don't have turf, they don't even look at them,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
I mean, I get why they do that.
Yeah.
But still, like, but like the weird thing in the inner city, one school can't get it. All of them have to.
Right.
Because Archie Griffin went to my high school.
Mhm.
He was going to donate one. But if we got it, everyone would have had to get turf. So they weren't going to let that happen. But it's called Griffin Field. Like, he should be able to do what he wants to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Because him and his brother Ray, they both went to Eastmore. And they
Mhm.
both went to the NFL, did whatever. So,
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because that's like I said. I mean, we have the OVAC here, which has 50 some teams now.
Yeah, give or take.
But yeah, I mean, you just go within a small radius of downtown and Columbus. I mean, you guys probably have over 100. It's yeah,
for sure.
it-
Because I think the OCC alone has like 42 schools.
yeah.
The city used to have 16. It's went down, I think, to we just lost one, maybe two schools. I think it's 14,
14 now.
but it's still too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if we consolidated the teams, there would be stronger teams,
Oh,
larger
yeah.
classes.
Mhm.
You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like I think a better brand of athletics completely. You know what I mean? Because we're known a lot for basketball too.
Absolutely.
So
Well, and that was going to be my question. I mean, does it around here? Somebody transfers. It's a big deal around here with the local high schools. I mean, do you guys see that a lot within your athletic conferences, or is it just kind of like, oh, okay, well, hey, this kid can't play here, so he's going to go 5 minutes down the road?
I've seen it more lately.
Mm-hmm.
But they're a big stickler on address.
Okay,
Like,
so
how is
yeah.
he playing here? He doesn't live there. You know what I mean? So you gotta have that in order for you to go to another school. But you see it a lot more lately, especially when like the COVID stuff was going on and things like that. But it's a big deal still. If a kid leaves, especially if he's a stud and goes somewhere else, everyone's gonna know.
Yeah.
We have pretty good sports coverage. From social media to the newspaper, stuff like that. So that's one thing about it. They cover our sports really well.
Mm-hmm.
They still do this thing called Football Friday Night, which is huge.
Hell yeah.
So Yeah, they're on it.
But it's just because it's frustrating even around here. I'm not going to say who the two schools are because, well, I'm just not going to do it. But there has been one kid as a junior played a fall sport for one school, transferred to another school, played the spring sport, transferred back, and then transferred back. I'm like, I don't even know how that's legal. I mean, granted,
It sounds like somebody be forfeiting the season.
Yep.
you would think.
for sure.
I thought that was the
a
rule.
thing.
Yeah, I thought that was the
you
rule,
had
but
to-
no, I seen it with my own eyes that this kid played for two different schools in two different seasons in the same year, two different. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing. But I digress.
Somebody found a loophole somewhere.
They had to.
Yeah,
Somebody's getting suspended.
that's why I said I
One of
mentioned
those
I
coaches
gonna
or-
be the whistleblower on
Yeah,
that, but
something's gonna happen.
Somebody got a fat bag of cash, that's for sure.
yeah, and I'm like, all right, if just a little, hometown reporter like myself caught it, I'm pretty sure other people have seen it, but like I said,
That's a lot of moving around.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that.
well, that's the thing. I don't think he ever did move around. I think
Yeah.
he just transferred schools because of Ohio's open enrollment. But yeah, I thought it was a rule too that you had to sit out a whole season. But couldn't you kind of think of it even in the NAL? It's like, all right, well, hey, I just played for the minors, but I'm gonna go play somewhere. Oh yeah, I want to go back play. I kind of
Yeah,
look at it
like-
that that's not gonna happen.
Nah, heck no.
Yeah, so
They give enough. They give enough trouble if you even ask for a release here and try to go somewhere else.
Right.
Like you got to go through many channels to do such a thing. Like when I went to Red's team from Corpus Christi, I had to actually reach out to Chris Siegfried, like because Corpus Christi wasn't trying to give me a release. So I'm already like, there's no way that they would just let that continuously happen over and over again. I
Yeah.
couldn't see a high school even allowing that. But
exactly.
They
But
got-
it,
Was it Valley View that we were trying to talk about earlier? Was that the first round team? Yeah. So I'm looking at this and I didn't realize this. We could have ended up playing against each other. How crazy is that? Like we didn't even think we played in the same division and everything. Didn't even know.
Nah.
Like that's crazy. I'm
I'm-
looking at
I mean, I wouldn't
we'd
have
be-
liked your chances, but
No, absolutely not. I mean, shit.
We
Sorry.
we were really good.
I was gonna say I got AC all day there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We had 8 all state, like 16 all district players. So
Yeah, we couldn't get past Canal Fulton.
Yeah.
We hosted that year and got stuck with Canal Fulton in the first round. Or no, I'm sorry, that was year we had Licking Valley.
yeah,
Canal Fulton was the previous next year. But yeah, we ended up with Licking Valley, which was fun. That was a good. Not really, but
yeah, we lost. I think we lost to Aurora.
Yeah. Yep.
And they weren't even out of the 4 teams we played. They weren't the best by at all. Not even close. I feel like Licking Valley would have blew their doors off. I don't think they would have beat. We played Logan Elm.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's who we played. I couldn't remember the other. We played Logan Elm.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have beat them either.
Hmm.
They had one guy on their team that went to
Who ended up winning it that year? You remember?
When Aurora won it.
Was it
They
a?
beat us in the state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we lost in the state
Yeah,
championship.
yeah. You guys on fire? Okay. Yeah.
They had a guy named Adam Bellamy.
Okay.
Went to Ohio State.
Okay.
Defensive line. That's it.
And then that one school had a good running back too. He had like 4 or 5 touchdowns.
From who?
Ended up, I can't remember his name or the school. He ended up at Michigan State. Oh,
From Shaw?
maybe.
I mean from no, from Shaw. No, from his last name was Shaw. He went to Michigan. You talking about him?
I don't know. I
He
can't
went
remember.
to Trotwood.
That's what it was. Yeah, yeah,
Trotwood,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think like Michael Shaw.
yeah, yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Because we had a running back my junior year. His name was Isaiah P. Him and Shaw was the same year. They were ranked after each other.
Yeah.
And he ended up going to Cincinnati. And
Okay.
Shaw went to
That's crazy. Crazy how the world freaking ends up like this. Hysterical. Like, he's starting to name off teams, and I'm like, wait a minute. Like we were in the same freaking. What's the chances of being in the same damn division?
Yeah.
Like,
even the same district.
yeah,
playoff-
yeah, which is crazy.
But
We-
when I'm riding here though, like to practice and stuff,
Yeah.
I go past the little spots like that. Like I just seen a Sheridan van
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
on the way
Yeah.
somewhere, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Because yeah, you pass right by that Thornville exit. Yeah.
Yep.
mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I think Eastmore Academy, I think they're Division 5 now. I think, aren't they?
so.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they're a D5. Yeah, because they were in
3.
Yeah, and
And
they were
then-
in.
Well, that's what
our-
us too, Buckeye Local. We're down in 5 now too. Like, because
Yeah.
we lost open
But our-
enrollment's a killer, man.
Yeah, like our school is. I don't even know how you say it. To get in, like Eastmore was uniquely set up to get in there. It was just a lottery.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Whoever got in got in. Like you couldn't recruit anyone, whatever. There was just a generated list of names. Computer picks guys off. But our ratio male to female was 3 to 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So we always we start. I think my freshman sophomore year we was Division 4.
Mhm.
Then we moved up to Division 3.
Yeah.
Basketball we were Division 2.
Mhm.
But it's like we never got in that D1 range because we never had enough kids. And now it's way smaller.
Yeah, because I think St. Clairsville actually had a chance of playing them one time when you and I were calling for St. C, and then I think Eastmore went down. After
Okay.
that.
More than likely.
Yeah, but
I don't like how sticky that ball is.
I never really liked the tan ball like that. I like the all white one.
Yeah.
Yeah, these tear up like
Yeah.
the
I like the good
first
sports
year-
balls, to be honest.
like these parts
Mhm.
will wear off during the games and stuff. Like a kicking ball or something.
Yeah, that one's never seen the light of day.
I'm about to say West Virginia never got in, right?
No, that was listen, that roster was stacked heading
buddy.
in. But they
Yeah, we used to make jokes about them because they played the Pittsburgh Defenders like 5 times.
yeah.
played them twice.
Put up
But
like
Pittsburgh
90
Defenders, aka Mean Machine, picked
Yeah.
up Canonsburg,
They picked
PA.
up like 90 points on them each game.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Larry Beavers had like 16 touchdowns.
Yeah, like, why y'all beating up on them like that?
Yeah.
They were in the league. I don't pick the
They
schedule.
don't have a team. I had a friend hit me like, "Hey, bro, I think I'm about to go play with this team this week." I'm like, "Are you on the team?" He said, "Nah, they just told me to show up."
Yeah, it was wild,
'Cause I
man.
still remember where they played at. There was an actual goalpost. They ended up having to put duct tape on the actual like hockey board
Yeah.
to make the goalpost.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
played at South Point, man. It was crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah, like it was nuts, and it was on the back side of like Cape Fear was getting ready to leave, like they were getting ready to fold, like they still had a couple of those teams in there, but other than that, I mean, it wasn't, that league was not.
Because it was still the AAL, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that one year that we played, the AAL was stacked.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Atlanta Havoc year.
Oh, yeah.
the Richmond reference,
Yeah.
stacked.
Was
You-
that the year of the Georgia Doom?
I was gonna say, you
Yeah.
tell me the Georgia Doom beat both of those teams, but then couldn't do anything in the playoffs because they couldn't pay nobody.
Beavers was on that team.
Beavers was on that
Yeah,
team.
Doom,
Yep.
Marcus Brooks,
Yep.
Antoine Cutts, Kyle Chandler.
Hernandez was on that
Rashawn
team too.
Kaiser,
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Who else? And Christian Wise.
Uh-huh.
They were all on that team.
Yeah.
All AFL dudes.
I just remember their play-by-play dude. He was funnier than hell.
They had a
That's another Georgia Doom touchdown.
they had another receiver though that played at like Arkansas or something. And he was legit too. I just can't remember his name.
Yeah, but it was funny. Like they were the only team to beat Richmond and
And
Atlanta and did shit in the playoffs.
they beat us because we ended up playing them twice there.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out why, but they beat us there the first time. The
Yeah.
second time we beat them again. And I think it was the game for for seeding or something in the playoffs. I don't know. We beat them though, but
Yeah.
because I remember that Ryan McDaniel got kicked out like the first drive.
Yeah.
But our team, like once we got going, wasn't nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cape Fear wasn't a problem.
No.
They were a good team though. I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna
you had
lie.
them, and then you had the Energy too, Carolina Energy.
Carolina Energy had a nice roster.
Mhm.
I think that's where CJ was playing.
Yeah.
CJ Kane was playing with.
Yep. Yeah.
Wasn't Jersey pretty good that year? Isn't that when they had?
Yeah, they had
Panasuk?
Panasuk. Yeah.
I
That was the year the flight had Panasuk. Yep.
But they weren't in the AAL though.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. they were in there.
The Jersey flight.
Yeah. Yep. They had
They
Panasuk.
might have been. We just wasn't in the league. We just didn't play them.
Oh, I got you.
I think they were in the top half.
Oh yeah, because there were a few teams we didn't play.
Yeah, because I think you guys were considered the South and then the North. Like I think,
Because High Country played them. I think.
yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
and I think Richmond was the cutoff for the North.
Okay.
I think, but yeah, they were They were nasty with Panasonic. Like,
Yeah, because that next year, I know we shit kicked them
yeah,
both times here, and then we played them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a game.
they didn't have anybody. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve. I mean, Steve could play though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He was our quarterback in high country,
Mm-hmm.
and me and him first met in Cleveland with the Gladiators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had just came off a championship with Wichita.
Yep.
Mhm.
Steve could play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had him as the backup the year of the Rough Riders.
Yeah, he came
And he
in.
played last year in the playoffs, right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he played one game with us.
He was
last
pretty
year.
banged up though. I mean,
Yeah,
he
hadn't
wasn't
played
him.
forever.
Yeah,
Like,
you
he-
could tell.
Yeah, he wasn't him.
He wasn't
Like,
even moving the same.
no,
You could tell.
no, his mechanic, like he was pushing the ball. Like I was like,
But as soon as he figured it out in that fourth quarter, I
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was-
okay, not quite Panasonic, but
yeah,
was,
he
was
figured
back.
it out. Yeah.
He was back.
Yeah, I mean, I was checking in because honestly, I would have came here
Right.
instead of going to.
If you knew what you know now.
It's not even that, man. I didn't want to play in that type of league.
Mhm.
I wanted to play for Rez again. But I
Yeah.
didn't want to play for that type of league. Not, you know what I'm saying? Because
I mean, but here's the thing though. How far off was the league that Columbus was in though? They were hosting all the games though.
in 23,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was too far off.
I was gonna say because I mean they were
But that's why I said I didn't want to do it again.
right for sure.
Because 23, the way that year went,
Yeah.
I went to Columbus because we were NAL.
Yeah.
We dropped out really late,
Uh-huh.
and then I was going to sign to go to Fayetteville.
Okay.
But Coach McKinney, who's my guy, asked me, you know, can you stay with me? So I stayed. Like,
Yeah.
and at the time,
Well, they ended up folding anyway, the
Fayetteville-
Mustangs.
Yeah.
but they had their roster pretty much set.
Oh
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
So, you know what I mean? It was kind of like, I don't want to be behind the 8 ball going there and this and that. So
Right.
I stayed with Columbus. The season was well. And I just looked at it as like one of those years you can just work on your game.
Yeah. Developmental type thing. Yeah.
Like a bunch of pickup games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I mean, that's the thing though. Like they're trying. Like that's a very good developmental league. I will say that. Like AJ Roque with the Bearcat, he's got his shit going on, man. Like he's got it going on for that. They're trying to get something together up there, and it's not doing bad. But I mean, it's some of the places. I mean, you could probably throw lines down in here, and we
and like we would talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
I talked to Duffy about some of it. I talked to Rez. And
Mhm.
stuff. Like we talked about some of it. Some of the places, like the indoor soccer with the glass around it.
yeah,
Well, where was it that I sent you that picture where it looked like it was in a rodeo thing where all that was
Mississippi, wasn't it?
holding up the boards?
oh
were
yeah, that was recent.
rodeo
That was this year.
barrels. Rodeo barrels and dirt.
Yeah,
Was that-
Mississippi Wolves or something.
Was it rain? Oh
Um,
yeah.
There was a team that did that last year though. It was a Texas team.
Was that North the Bulls? No.
No.
The Hot Shots.
No, weren't like the Falcons or somebody playing on a roof? You remember that?
Yeah.
They were playing on like a
I think
roof.
it was like the Austin Wild,
Okay.
Yeah. I think
something like
that's-
that.
Okay.
Because Coach King, Benny King was the coach,
Okay.
but it was something like that. They were playing in like a bull riding
Yeah.
type place.
Oh yeah. That's fine. But they were literally they had the walls were
Yeah,
barrels.
Pads were just being held up by rodeo barrels.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
what
guess somebody-
we have a
It's dangerous.
somebody's gonna get hurt.
Like,
yeah. It is. I mean that's
That's not arena. That's just we're gonna put the makeshift and here we're gonna have team A versus team B. Good luck.
But that's why I couldn't figure out even last year.
Yeah.
Why not let Willing play all their games at home?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because if it's a developmental league, the purpose is to get the film.
Right.
The film looks better on a real field, not
Yeah.
better than that, because there's no lines, there's no end zones.
Right.
How does that film?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because me and Jarvey, when Jarvey got here, we would talk about, certain stuff that was going on with the season. I would talk to Grant and just be like, man, like the home games is solid, but when you go to them away games, it's like, man,
Yeah.
why are we playing this indoor soccer? Like, y'all could have just came to us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Well, that's what we would even talk with Prevost about kicking and stuff. And I was like, how the hell did you kick in there? And he's like, I really don't know.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, do you kick?
yeah, they kicked in there, and it
Kick
was
what,
Swift
though? Like,
Swift City. I mean, but
Well, I
It-
mean, because you were in West Michigan back in 2019. I mean, it's a beautiful facility, but holy hell, that is not made for the kicking game.
No.
It is
what,
smallest.
Ironman?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The
Oh,
ceiling is lower than that.
Oh,
It
it's
is.
extremely
Yeah.
low.
I went in. So in 18, it was 19? 19. Yeah, 19. I went up there and I made the drive. It was only 8 hours. Wasn't bad. It was a fun trip. Get up there and I go down on the field and I'm standing with Prevost and we're looking and there's a speaker directly over top of the freaking uprights. And I said, how in the hell are you going to kick that? He goes, I don't know. He said, I'm going to ask the official. And he said, if I hit that, what is it? And he goes, it's no good. He said, so how in the hell am I supposed to put it through there?
Yeah.
He goes, that's for you to figure out. What you mean? Like,
Some of the stuff like, and that's the one thing I hate is when the sport itself is disrespected.
Mhm.
yeah,
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, the arena game is a nice game. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful game. The
Yeah.
indoor game, it's its own game.
Yeah.
It's completely different. And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know the difference because
Right.
I think the field dimensions are the same, so the game is the same. It's different.
Yeah.
But I hate when there's imitations of it
Right.
that are subpar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've seen a game where the team could only kick one direction.
Yeah.
So they'd score down here and walk down there to do the extra point.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why are we even here?
Even in like the ownership aspect, if you can't do it, then you just can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we've been on fields that are dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's holes in it. The turf got little spots where guys can get hurt. And it's like, if you didn't have your product right, why are you trying to do this?
Right.
With guys risking a lot of stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So
Crazy.
it's like some of the productions we be seeing.
Yeah.
Like the film when we're trying to watch it
Bruh.
after, it's like, what is this?
Listen, so every week I have to cut up for the Panhandle highlights, and I lose my mind every single week because I'm just like I can't I gotta rip it off of YouTube
I'll
one,
say you're ripping it off of YouTube, right?
and like some of the times I can't do it. And like this past week, like the whole thing with the camera angles, that's great, but they flip them at like before you even know it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they start the play like coming at you, like your long catch was coming at you, and it was weird.
They were doing that. You talking about this past game?
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of it was like flipping in the middle of the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can't be doing that. Like I understand if you're going from a tight to a wide, but not a complete flip around.
Yeah, I wish they had it set up so there was a broadcast view,
Uh-huh.
but then there was like an all 16.
Yeah.
So you could see everyone.
Yeah.
From like the end zone down. Kind of how like Beaumont has that set up on Huddle. For
Yeah.
us. I wish everyone did that.
Well, that's I mean
And
that's
it's
what we
not
do.
but it's also for the sake of the players.
Yeah.
When they send that film out,
Yeah.
coaches want to see everything.
Well, that's one thing, and shout out to my nephew Spencer for doing it every single week. Coach Mont wanted just a scout film. He was like, I don't want anything else, and I got with him, and I was like, hey, Coach Mont wants you to film. He sits up there across from us every game and shoots the whole field, shoots everything. That way everybody can see it and it's able to be cut up, and then he can use the media film, what we do if he needs to. But yeah, it's just you got to have that scout film and you got to be able to see it.
It helps everyone.
Yeah.
And I think the other, like some teams do it, some teams don't. But I
Right.
think as a whole, they understand like it really benefits everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether you think it's giving someone else an edge on you or whatever,
Yeah.
it helps us all because a lot of the players are trying to go somewhere else.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Like I love these streams and stuff, and I love watching the games. But I mean, it just discounts it because I'm like, you guys got to do your research. Like I know how much work we put into it, and I'm like, there's no way you guys are putting in the work to like, they don't know the rules, they don't know that, you know what I mean? Like, and I can't remember. We were watching one time, and I can't remember who it was. It's irrelevant, but like he would make the call based on what he's seen, and I'm like, the official's standing right there making the call. Like, call it.
Man, I'll tell you, the biggest,
I was having a good night till you brought that game up.
Yeah.
even in our games,
Yeah.
right, the biggest question mark is the clock.
Yep.
I don't understand what is happening, but the play clock is not being counted.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the last home game we had.
Yeah. It's always the back official, right?
We had the ball one time in the first quarter.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Yeah.
But we went on the field.
Yeah.
And the ref was like, all right, play clock. Why you saying that to us?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about the other team?
Yep.
When we played in Shreveport, when I tell you they ran the clock,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
ran the clock all the way down. Like we're screaming at them like play clock, play clock. They're not even thinking about it. They're just walking in the huddle, walking back, taking their time. I'm like, man, do you understand how much of the game you're killing?
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's a higher ups conversation or what, but
Yeah.
like next game, watch how the play clock is.
Mhm.
It's out of
Well,
control.
at ours, it's like the back official is always the one that keeps it. And she's always counting. She's throwing her hand. She's counting, and it's for the head official to find it. You know what I mean? So
A lot of these games that we've had, like we've only had 2 home games, so we'll see if it's different.
Right.
These away games,
Yeah.
the play clock, man. Oh my god, I don't think I've seen any delay of games called.
now that you mention
It's
that,
been very few, if any.
I was gonna say now
Very
that you
few.
mention that,
They do not be having a.
yeah,
I'm like, man, ain't no way it's still that.
I think the only ones that I've been okay with watching is Omaha's. Their broadcast is good. Like from start to finish, their cameras are good. Their team is good. But Sioux City's all right too. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I feel like I don't know, man. Like it's crazy, like to sit and listen to this. I don't know how much you guys watch with the sound on. I mean,
I mean, honestly, I watch everything.
yeah,
I watch a ton of film.
Yeah.
I watch the YouTube
Yeah.
a million times. Like, I don't feel like there's any other way to be good than to watch film.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody's talented.
Yeah.
Everybody's fast. Everybody has some type of ability. But the thing that sets you apart is always your commitment to what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From a physical standpoint to a mental standpoint. You know what I mean? And
And so he laughs at me, and we'll go right into this. And this was the Bishop Hartley comment. He laughs at me because I watch film like before I call games. I will watch the film like crazy.
Oh, I don't laugh at you. I'm with you.
Yeah, but I mean like it's funny because I sit there and I'm like I probably watch as much film as the coach does. Like I pull the projector up, freaking watch everything. And we were going to a playoff game. We were calling a playoff game up in Bishop Hartley, and they ran the wing T, and I was like, I know the offense like the back of my hand. That's what we ran. And they would every time they would bring this one kid in, they would throw him in motion, and then that's the play they would run, and they would run it with him. And I told him, I said, hey, they're going to run this. We're here, and their coaching staff's on the other side. All of a sudden, you hear, timeout. We need to take timeout. We got to take a timeout. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I think I just caused that timeout because I yelled it, and I don't think they knew that we were just broadcasting. I think they thought that we were coaching, and they completely flipped it, but ran the fake off of what they were just going to run. And I'm like, man.
one of the coaches in the booth or something probably
Yeah.
said, they know what we're running.
Yeah. He was like, yep, we got to call timeout. We got to flip it. And I'm like, what the? And I'm laughing, and I couldn't tell him at the minute. And he's like, are you all right? I was like, I'll tell you later on. Like, we'll get through this game, and I'll tell you in the car. I got the car. I was like, I may or may not have caused that timeout. And he's like, damn. Like,
I mean, that's the thing, though. You kind of gotta be a student.
Yeah.
In every facet.
Absolutely.
To be good at it.
Yeah.
Know what I mean, so.
I mean, it is what it is. I
From
mean,
calling the game to playing it.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's so blessed to get a chance to call games, to hang out with you guys. I mean, it's Arena has been a really huge thing for me. I mean, it's been I really, my knowledge for the game is more than I would like to. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, why in the hell do I know that?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just, it's stupid. Like he'll call me up and be like, hey, do you know anything about this dude? And I can literally break it down for him. I'm like, why do I know that? Like,
I mean, but those will be the things that will definitely set you apart going forward.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
yeah,
All of that stuff always has a reward.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. So I know we appreciate y'all being there for sure. Everything.
Yeah.
that y'all do.
Appreciate you guys.
Got anything else? I mean, shit. Feel it.
I'm ready to call some football tomorrow.
I know. I'm excited.
Hopefully, I still think my best call of the Carolina game was when Moon gets the flag thrown on him, and I'm like, all right, folks, the only way I can explain that penalty is the ref got his feelings hurt.
That's exactly what he said. I started laughing.
Oh, I said it right on the air, and I'm like, all right, I've known Moon for a long time. I know
The loose cannon himself.
he's got some good chirps. I know that, but I'm like,
And he knows it.
He knows it too.
and I'm like,
knows it.
seriously.
He knows it. Like,
Well, and all he said to the ref was, he's like, dude, I've been in this league for 3 years. I know what the fuck I'm doing. You know, he's like, never heard that rule that I couldn't go between the tackles. He's been in this league for 3 years. So.
Hey, Moon is the guy. If there's a fire, you have an extinguisher here,
Yeah.
diesel fuel. He's taking that and just shooting.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, but if
Turn it
there,
up
me,
right now.
me and JJ had this conversation on Thursday. But if there's a fight, I want Moon on my side.
Yeah.
Like, if something breaks down,
For sure.
I want
You don't
Moon.
even have to ask.
no,
He's in
he'll be there before you.
He's gonna beat your punch. Like, he's in there. For sure. Moon ain't playing no game.
No, like he's such a crazy man. Like, and it's so funny. And I felt so bad for him because I told him because they didn't get the stream up until after, and he probably had the best first quarter of his freaking career.
And the
Interception, yeah, interception,
That was-
sack,
that is-
touchdown, and I'm like, nobody's seen it because
to me, that's unacceptable.
yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, I was screaming. Oh man,
Just like the NAL
yeah.
YouTube channel. That's
Listen, that was
7 years gone,
9.
9 years gone.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they
That's unacceptable.
Shatola tried, man. He contacted Google. He was on them for 3 days
Yeah.
trying to get a hold of him, trying to get everything back, and they wouldn't let him. And that was the only way he could do it is backdoor it this way and shut the comments off.
But that's crazy.
Something happened and nobody still knows exactly
All
what.
those games are gone.
Yeah, everything's gone.
That's crazy.
So that's why we're like, all right, we're gonna upload everything to our YouTube channel and the new NAL channel. That way we have everything because it's all archived.
Yeah.
Like, but to make sure it gets done, like our games are taken care of.
Man, so all those games are
That's gone.
rumors,
Yeah,
hearsay.
yeah. Like you could go and sit and watch the very first championship game with the Lions and the Sharks, and now you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like it's gone.
The 2018 Cobras
Gone.
gone. Monterey, any of their history is gone. Like all
Who?
Monterey,
I know.
It's all gone.
Like it is crazy. Like you and
Yeah, that's
people don't even know who. Like that's history, man. Like people want to be able to see that.
mhm.
Just like you go back through and there's no real evidence of the ABC leagues, right? Like you talk about like, Marion teams in Marion
Oh,
and
yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? Like, and
the league before the two main leagues before all of this, I think, was like the CIFL
mhm.
and the PIFL.
Yep.
But the PIFL was like the league.
Yeah.
The entire AFL became like
Yeah.
everybody that was a star in the AFL for the next portion that it was around all played in the PIFL.
Well, that and you had the NIFL around here and the UFL.
Yep.
So
Because I think just from Lehigh Valley alone,
yeah,
Hollis, Joe Powell, Darius Prince,
Ford.
Larry Ford, Warren Smith.
Yep.
I mean, it's a ton of dudes just play for that organization by itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had Erie.
Yep.
Then you had Nashville. You had Knoxville. You had Columbus, Alabama. Like you had a ton of Georgia. You had
Yeah.
a ton of teams.
That's what I mean. Like you run
all
right
that
through there.
time. Yeah.
We've mentioned it 1,000,001 times about the ECHL franchises.
Richmond,
Yeah.
the Rough Riders, when they had Bain,
Mhm.
Fuller, Devin Wilson, all of those guys.
That was Maine.
Huh?
Maine. Mammoths.
No, they went to Maine.
Yeah.
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 But Coach Fuller had his crew that he always took with him.
Yeah.
But all of those dudes played for the Richmond Raiders.
That's
what it's
right.
called, the
Yeah,
Richmond
yeah.
Raiders,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Rough Riders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Which is crazy. There was a lot of teams down there.
yep.
That's a hotbed down there. But it's crazy. Like and to think now, like I would like to see a couple of those teams come back, like for our sake anyways. You know what I mean? Like scheduling wise. Like
Yeah.
I'd love to see a team back in Erie. I'd love to see a team,
Like Harrisburg would have been good for us.
supposed to be good for us.
Yeah, they would have been good for us. But they
I don't know. I don't get that. Like I don't get how you bring everything back, have a decent season, and then make the jump, and then like weeks before, no, we ain't gonna do it.
I mean, before everything took off, if it was how it was supposed to be,
Yeah.
you'd have had Amarillo, Corpus, and Beaumont.
Yeah.
All in one state.
Yeah.
That's what 6 games in its own.
hmm
That's a solid season.
And that's the thing I never understood too, right? Is like some of the scheduling, like, and if you're gonna do it divisional, which they did after the fact, Why isn't everybody playing twice in their division?
Well, I think that comes down to money at the end of the day.
You know what I mean? Like, why aren't we playing Shreveport twice? Like, why aren't we? You know what I mean? Like, we're playing Columbus twice. We played Carolina 3 times.
I honestly don't think it would be a bad idea if you had. It's more wishful thinking than anything.
Yeah.
But say you had 2 locations, and you only played games in those 2 locations.
Like hubs.
Yeah. Then the travel could be in somewhat made
Yeah.
reasonable. You know
But
what I
that's the
mean?
thing. That's why them we call them ABC leagues because they
Yeah,
just popped up.
like what the USFL did.
Yeah.
Everybody stays in kind of the same.
They played in Birmingham. They played in
Yeah.
Canton. Things like that. Yeah. But like, that's the thing. Like years ago, travel was good because they weren't going too far. I mean, hell, the Greyhounds, they were what? Johnstown, Dayton. Yeah.
Rivers, or Locomotive.
I mean, the first year wasn't bad because Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Corpus will play Monterey twice.
Yeah.
We actually played them 3 times. We played them twice there, once in Corpus, so that's 3 games.
Right.
And it's like 3 hours apart, something like that.
Yeah. And then you had Maine and Mass.
You have Maine and Mass. You have Carolina and Columbus.
Yeah.
You have High Country. Lehigh was playing. I forget who they was. I think that was like the farthest trip for almost everybody. It was Lehigh.
Yeah. But Lehigh could meet up with Mass and Maine. Like they were right there.
Yeah. So it would have been fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and then you had the addition of Orlando later on, like, and it made more, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everything was making more sense. And then teams just folded left and right. Because like I said, I think the entry fee was way too high.
yeah, it was a lot. I think, what was it, like 100
It was,
and 100 line of credit?
yeah. Yeah. You'd have 100 in cash, 100 line of credit. Like, that's crazy. Like, and you had a team like Lehigh that's been there forever, years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, see you bye.
Yeah, Lehigh had been there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And that, what was it called? The PPL Center or something like that? Their location was nice.
Yeah.
The practice facility was nice. Everything was nice in Lehigh. But what's the owner's name? Clark or something like that? I'm not sure. But once he was done with it, it was over with.
Craziness. Well, man, you got anything else? I mean, we've been on for a good amount of time. It's almost 10 o'clock. You got to get some sleep before tomorrow. You driving back tonight?
I'm going to get plenty of sleep.
You driving back or you staying?
I'm going back.
And coming back tomorrow morning?
My routine, man.
I get you. I get you.
There's something about the drive down in the morning that I just like.
Yeah.
So, I'll stay after the game.
Okay.
But I mean, we didn't even talk about what y'all excited about for the game. What y'all looking for?
Oh man, so finally excited to. I felt, and Jim was making fun of me about this, and he said, I feel like you're a starting pitcher. He said, I feel like you're getting into rotation, and then you're as soon as you're getting ready to come up, they skip your turn. Like you're coming around, because we haven't really got into a consistency at all. Like for us, because we've had 2 home games, but we've been here, there, everywhere. So these next 3 weeks are going to be awesome for us because we're going to be bang, 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 bang. So I'm excited to get out and call a game again.
Yeah.
I mean, and be around it, you know, for the first time in a long time. That month sucked.
Oh yeah.
Like,
there's something about our atmosphere too.
yeah, it's different. It's different.
I felt it the first home game.
Yeah.
And then this last game.
Yeah.
There's something unique about our atmosphere here.
Yeah.
Than a lot of other places I played. I don't know if it's just the arena, but I think it's everything. The arena, the people, everything like that, like our team. But the atmosphere is a lot different.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get back inside there because like coming back after that month, it felt like we hadn't been there forever.
I know, man. Like it's crazy. I mean, but no, I'm excited. I mean, to get back and call some games, and that's one thing that we were excited for this year. Was last year we didn't know who we were calling.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about that other league. No disrespect to it, but the only team that we really knew anybody was on was Jersey. That's it. I mean, and those were good games because we knew like we can only talk about ourselves so much, and as broadcasters, we try to be as unbiased as possible. And now we actually get to talk about superstars. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm excited for it. I mean, I'm excited for a chance to go toe to toe with the best team in the league. I mean, yeah. I know that means nothing to you guys.
No.
I mean that's an afterthought to you.
I respect them.
Yeah.
Sure. I
yeah.
Respect my opponent, but I'm confident in us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Real confident in us. So we're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna see.
Line it up, man.
We're gonna see who the best team in the league is
Yeah.
tomorrow. Like it's gonna show everything. So
What you excited for?
I just these guys put on the pads, we just
Mhm.
put on the polos, but I'm ready to go to war with these guys too, man. It's
Put that on a t-shirt.
it's gonna be fun.
that's kind of a bar. You might want to go ahead and print
They
that
put
real
on the
quick.
pads.
Print
Yeah.
that real quick.
We put on the polos. I like that.
You
That's what I
could
said.
get that in the booth at the arena.
I need that.
T-shirts.
Nah, that's what I mean. We might just be calling the game, but I'm ready to go to war with you guys every time, whether we're on the road, whether at home, and let's just get this game started. Is it 7:00 tomorrow yet?
I
'Cause
know,
I'm ready
right?
to go.
Like it's funny. Like our text thread all day is like, "Is it 7 yet? When you going to the arena?
Yeah.
4:00 yet?" Because we normally get to the arena about 4:00, and we're like, "Time to go yet?"
Mhm.
You catching a player this week?
That I'm switching that laptop around for the replay. That kind of works sometimes.
Yeah.
Man, what is up with that? That's
So, all right.
There was a glitch. What was it, just the first quarter? After the first quarter, it was good.
Yeah. So the TriCaster that runs the whole thing shut down completely, and it just the internet inside West Banco sucks. It's completely awful. We're hardwired into the damn outlet, but it's awful.
I will say, who was that almost caught? Somebody. Who was that? Do you know?
What's that?
Yeah. I think it was first, second quarter, and somebody caught a ball and just got wrecked right in front of us. Almost went into my lap.
One of our players?
No, I think it was one of
theirs?
Carolina's.
I don't know. I can't remember.
But
But
you
yeah,
almost- and
I can remember looking down and looking at Chris and going, John and Demuth almost just got killed. Like,
I was good. I got titanium on my face.
yeah. But that's one thing I do miss. So I did when I quote unquote worked for the Rough Riders. I did chains. I miss being on the field. Like that was fun.
Yeah.
Like running up and down the field. But
I like you listening to all the shit talk.
yeah, that's what's fun.
Man.
We need to get a mic.
You gotta be
down.
brave to be out there in the change though.
Man, I
You
was
gotta get out the way.
yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah.
For sure.
I had to jump boards a couple times, and I'm just like, man.
I know last home game there was a kid that got completely he wasn't paying attention, and I've seen the whole thing, and the ball hit him right in the forehead.
Oh.
Oh my god! I've seen his neck. Just wow. He needs to be in protocol ASAP.
Oh my god.
But we end up getting. I think we ended up getting him a ball or something like. But it was bad. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
you got to keep your head on the field.
Yeah.
Your eyes needs to be.
That's
on
the
field.
first thing you learn when you play a contact sport. Head on a swivel.
Man, what
That's the first thing we learn.
like, what else are you looking at?
Yeah. Yeah. You watch the game, oh, man. Like,
I mean, I've had my fair share of headaches.
oh yeah. I mean, but damn.
Man.
So, what's the routine for tomorrow? We'll put it at that. What's your routine for tomorrow? Obviously, we got what, hour and a half drive in, hour and 40 minutes.
Ask Grant. Grant be holding on to his I guarantee we won't be late. If we starting off in the morning, I wake up. Always gotta pray.
Yeah.
Pray for me. Pray for my team. Then I'll take another shower to wake up. I normally ice and stuff like that in the
Yeah.
morning. You know what I mean? If anything, just get in a cold tub. Then honestly, I'll play video games for a little bit, take my mind off everything.
Yeah.
Then I'll probably get on the road at around 10:30, 11 to make sure I'm here by noon-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
And then just come to the arena. You know what I mean? Make sure I have everything. So I go through my bag, make sure everything good, because I normally set it up the night before, but make sure everything is good, and then just get locked in. You know,
Absolutely.
listen to music and podcasts before. That's really it.
Yeah.
You know? I check on my teammates most of the time to make sure they're straight. If any of them need something, you know, but we normally get everything like that taken care of before the game. So
Yeah.
I mean, the night before, so pretty good.
I'll tell you one thing I want to make sure that end zone is your house tomorrow.
Man, I gotta get in there.
Yeah.
I need to see you throw up the deuces, jump over the side corner of them boards, and just run out the arena.
I will for sure. I
I just wouldn't do
I
it.
don't- I don't
wouldn't
know.
do the blue line bar corner. though.
I'm so weird. I'm so weary about what these fines are now because
Oh, that's
they
true.
claim that
Yeah.
that we get fined for everything. But last week, one of the guys got an interception and threw the ball into the stands,
Yeah.
like way up into the stand. I swore you couldn't do that. So I don't know, but I mean, if it happens. It happens. Hey,
Yeah.
because last year didn't one of the players get like kicked out the game for Peach State for slamming the ball or spiking the ball or something?
But he got the
I
one.
thought he threw the ball at the dude's helmet.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He had the 2 personal fouls is why he got thrown out. But yeah, he threw the ball at a player at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was on that kick return, right? It was like his second kick return, and he threw. Dude was laying on the ground and spiked it off his helmet.
Pretty much. Yeah. You can't do that. But
Tomorrow's gonna be a little bit more. I'm not gonna say a little bit more locked in, but I just want to make sure our guys are level on the level. You know what I mean? Like, don't make the moment too big, but understand like everything is in front of us.
absolutely.
You know, like we really are coming into that form, like where I think we know who we are.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, which is good, especially right now. Like we got some momentum going, we got some certainty about ourselves going. So I really think our guys are going to come in there with a different mindset, especially with this home stretch coming. You know what I mean? It's a lot more comforting to know that we're gonna have a few games in our house.
That's what I think. I think like if we would have had a couple more home games, I think like not to make excuses or anything, but I think the record would be a lot better.
Maybe
It's hard. It's hard playing on the road.
It's always tough on the road.
Yeah.
It's always because it's just us. You know what I mean? Like it's and we have a younger team.
Yeah.
So to get them to understand, like, yo, it's really just us on the road. It's
Yeah.
You know, we got to keep each other up.
That's why I felt like that Harrisburg game would have been nice because it's only 4 hours. Like we would,
Yeah.
everybody was going to travel. I know all of us were.
Yeah, we were all gonna go.
We were going to go. We had plans to go.
I
So
really want to see what it's like to get that arena packed. Like,
Yeah.
like the playoff games I watched last year
Yeah.
was stacked.
oh, it was crazy.
Like I feel like it's crazy in there when it's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because it's compact. You know what I mean? Everybody's on top of each other. Like it's loud in there. Like
Like I was a part of that blue line bar corner,
yeah,
and it was.
yeah. I mean, the championship game was
I mean, because
hype, but that playoff game against Jersey,
people were getting underneath the people's skin
yeah,
in that corner, bad, bad.
yeah, I definitely want to see the arena when it's packed like that for sure.
I mean,
But
I think there
we'll
were
get
like
there.
5 or 6 people deep. in that
yeah.
corner.
Oh yeah, everybody was standing around like it was nuts.
Yeah, I definitely think we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. Like, and I look at it and I'm like, man, like we have to be leading in attendance. We've only had 2 games, but we have to be. Like
Mhm.
Omaha is always obviously packed, but everywhere else I've seen, even Sioux City was a little off.
But it's
Except-
like for those places,
Yeah.
you have a long standing, so y'all should be.
Yeah.
Like
But I mean, I look at obviously. I mean, Carolina, they are where they are now because of there was nobody there.
you're not getting people. Like
It's just
that is, I think that's tied for the second biggest arena in the whole country.
yeah,
You're not filling that place out.
no,
Because even their best year, the championship year, maybe 2000, 2000.
and that's the thing. There's a lot of arenas down there.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
You know, like it's a great arena though. Don't get it twisted, but to try to get a lot of fans in there,
right.
that's tough.
Is that where that new ECHL team's playing?
Yes,
Yeah.
the Gargoyles, man.
Yeah.
That's a sweet logo, sweet colors.
Who was it?
Greensboro Gargoyles.
That's the new.
That's the new
Yeah.
ECHL team.
And then I saw what New Mexico or Mexico City or New Mexico.
New Mexico. Yeah. I don't see that.
2026.
I don't see that lasting.
They got approved for an ECHL team.
They playing in Albuquerque?
I don't know.
Are they
No,
playing?
ECHL put it up.
Some other town.
Oh.
I
They
can't see
said
it.
approved for 2026.
I don't know. I know Gladiators are coming back. They're going back to Albuquerque though. They should never left.
Duke City.
Yeah.
I heard that Duke City and Sioux Falls are both coming back.
Yeah. I'm shocked me to hell and back when Sioux Falls said they were going dormant for the year.
I could see it though.
I mean, that's a long-standing
They've
franchise
they've
though.
held it down for a while.
Oh my
And
god.
they had their own. Like I don't think they share their arena with anybody. They might, but I don't think so.
You know what? Maybe not. I don't know. But that's you want to talk about championships? Oh my god.
Oh yeah, they went on like a 6-year run.
Hmm. Yeah. Lorenzo Brown. Anybody?
Man, Lorenzo was must see TV then.
He's still all right now, but I mean, he's not what he was then. Now.
Yeah, but I mean, at that point, Sioux Falls was putting 2-3 guys in Canada every year.
Yeah.
They were ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, they had. I mean, don't get me wrong, and this is no disrespect to your boy, but Shepard he's all right now, but back then when he was in Sioux Falls, like he was
Which one is Shepard? For Sioux City?
plays for Sioux City now.
Yeah,
He
for sure.
played at OK State. Like,
I had him and Justin Gilbert down there.
Mm-hmm. Is Gilbert still playing with them?
yeah. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead.
I got nothing to say.
Go ahead. Former first round Browns draft pick.
Nothing to say. Because honestly, I wasn't too mad when y'all drafted him. He was balling.
Yeah, and then he just I don't know what happened.
But when you go to the Browns,
there it is.
what do you expect?
That's what's gonna happen. AC's gonna catch something over top of him. Maybe like, is that what they did in Cleveland?
Hey man,
It's running through his mind right now. It's churning. He's gonna say something if he doesn't.
nah, man. I always have an appreciation for guys like that though.
Yeah.
Like when we played Monterey and they had Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
I always appreciate, you know what I'm saying, being on the same field with guys like that. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I have friends that went like all of that stuff. Like people think it's such a huge like talent gap or margin, and it's not. It's opportunity based. It's where you went to school. It's your size.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the talent. A lot of guys have talent.
Yeah.
A lot of guys go to the league that aren't that talented.
Right.
But it's just
those skill positions are hard to translate though. Like
do
it
the chips fall for you, or does your skill set fit?
Yeah.
Because a lot of like.
I mean, offense, defense, lineman, like that's easy. That's block, tackle, like that's the same.
Line, see ball, get ball.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Line, kick step.
Yeah.
Pass set, all of those things. But when it comes to the skill position, there's a reason. I think the only successful quarterback ever is Kurt Warner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
You're not like that technique as an arena quarterback isn't really ideal.
No.
You know what I mean? Same thing with indoor guys. Most indoor guys and at quarterback are leg talented first, and
right?
Then they're arm second. Where are they gonna do that at? Except there?
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or possibly Canada.
Maybe Canada.
I hate it to say it, but my Ducks put a lot of guys up there.
Yeah, because of the speed.
Yeah,
they don't know what to. That's another story for another time. Is Canada? That's a whole different. Like I didn't know. Like it's as dog eat dog as it is. Like for Americans, because it's hard. Because you get hurt, they send your ass home.
And they lowered the number of Americans on the team.
There you go. Damn, that's crazy.
But I mean, it's a money thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have to pay the imports as much as I pay our Canadian guys. And it's their game. Why would they want more of us there than them?
Right. So. But I just remember like talking with Larry Beavers and him talking about like playing up there, and he messed his knee up, and then he said, "Next thing I know, I'm on a plane back because they got another one of me going back over that's fully healthy." And he said they ain't gonna wait on you.
But the way their contracts are set up, too, like I had a friend, his name is Trent Guy.
Yeah.
He played at Louisville. Chad Owens, who's a superstar.
Yeah.
Right? Chad Owens, got hurt. So they brought Trent over there, who got drafted by the Panthers. They brought Trent over there. Trent ran back like 2 kicks. And they put him on like a four game, I think it's a 4-game contract. Like that's how they do it. As soon as Chad got healthy, they sent him back home, regardless of what he did. Because that's what we needed him for.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? But that's how they work.
Yeah.
I had like 5 of my friends played over there, and they all say like it's crazy how they do things. The operation, like
that's nuts.
The best thing you could do is get dual citizenship.
Yeah.
But that take what, like 6 years?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. It's hard to say. I mean, by the
time you do that, you probably done.
Yeah, you might as well just hang it up at that point.
I don't want to
Damn.
do that. Like,
yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you hanging out with us. You know, we had a rough start, but we figured it out.
Who had a rough start?
Browns? Ouch, damn.
I thought we were talking about the Browns. My bad. You talking about the broadcast.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's all good. We got to fix
I'll
everything.
take it easy.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you this.
yeah.
If y'all played as good as you make old fashions, y'all been a whole other.
But that's me. That's me personally. That's not.
Maybe they need to hire you.
Maybe. sound like I got a job. Is what it sounds like. Add on to the many other 17 hats I wear. But seriously, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for coming in studio. Not too many people have done that. Jim and Matt were the only ones on this show. Coach Rez was up here one time for Through the Wire, which was cool, but that was before everything got put up and everything else. But yeah. So thanks for coming, hanging out. Welcome anytime. You know that. Like,
For sure. Appreciate y'all having me.
but
I'll definitely be back.
oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
At old fashioned, get you back in the door. I'll be standing at the door. But 7:00 kick tomorrow night. Catch AC and the rest of the Wheeling Miners on the YouTube page and also on NAL.com, which is a really good setup for them because you can actually go there and watch all the games. Like you can flip back and forth. It's really sweet. But yeah, check out AC. Chris and I will be carrying the game. Don't go too hard on us. Oh wait, the comments are shut off, so I don't care. But no, we try to bring you the best action all the time. Try to do these guys justice because I mean this is our NFL. Like this is, to these guys it's their NFL, it's our NFL too. Like we want to call the games the best of our ability. Muth, good luck. Don't get killed tomorrow.
I'll be good. You gotta worry about.
Yeah.
John, you gotta worry.
Yeah, just throw up a forearm, you'd be all right. But once again, this has been another great episode of Boys from the Wheel podcast, live on Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitch. Good Lord, I feel like we're everywhere. But we are. We try to get out as much platforms as possible. But once again, another great episode. We'll catch you in the next one.